Good morning, everybody. It is Friday. Family got on the plane okay. A few snags, of course, airlines, but they landed safely, visiting her mom, and like have the fort for 2 weeks. Um, Gabe was supposed to show today, and I have not heard from him for 15 hours, so I don't know what's up. So, in light of the journey, which is what I was hoping to happen today, um, I do have a backup plan. And the backup plan, I'll change the title later. I'm not going to change it now, but I will change the title later. The backup plan is will lead to a shorter show, obviously, but I'm not sure how many of you know about this guy. His name is David E. Taylor. Some of you may already know who he is. But David Taylor is supposedly a prophet. And I mean, like, prophet is what he thinks he is. And he said that he's been to heaven. He is the top prophet, second only to Jesus. And even there, he has moments where he says he's above that. And so I want to, for those of you who have not heard him, he's an interesting cat. So here's a montage that I found. I'm not going to play the whole of it, but you'll get the point after a few here.
Just to be close. Just to be close to you. All the accusation don't outweigh the testimonies that come to this ministry. See, y'all listen to the more of the accusation and depositions and all that, but there's more testimonies come here than it do all the accusers that come. What you do with all these accusations is shut them up with evidence. Evidence is proof. Evidence is testimonies. Let's listen to the truth now. Well, what I call truth is proof. My grandmama used to say the proof is in the pudding. Remember that? Yeah. You ain't got no pudding. You ain't got no proof. See, we in this place, we want the bling bling, but you don't want the sting. Sometimes things sting before you can bling. This is bling bling. We want to bling out and we blinging. But sometimes you got to go through some stinging. Some of y'all can't handle that because y'all so want to be bling bling. But sometimes God got to sting you before he bling you.
Okay.
Today in this generation, these preachers, they want the money, they want the fame, they want the platform, they don't want the Holy Ghost. The Lord says, you warn these young ministers, tell them, he says they will have a ministry, but they won't have the power. I will take it from them. The reason why they don't have the power and the glory on them, because they don't have this inheritance. They're going where the money is. I know ministers right now, if I ask them to come, they will not come unless I guarantee them $50,000 up front.
It gets better.
That's why when I go places, I pay my own way. If God tell me to go, I go. If he don't, I just don't. What happened to being sent? And Jesus told me in heaven, he says, you warn this generation right now. He says,
did you catch that? Did you catch that? Jesus told him while he was in heaven. Jesus told him while he was in heaven that he was going to be talking to the youth.
Tell them if they do that contract stuff where they're all about going after Naaman, where the money is, he says, tell them they will not have the power. Let me tell you something. I'm not like Elijah. I don't run from Jezebel. I'm like Jehu. I pursue her. I cut her head off. I'm ruthless. Some of these men and prophets, they're powerful until something comes after them and they act like a little sissy.
They're running somewhere under a tree. That's right, I said it. You want me to say it again? I said they're sissies. You heard what I said. Now I want to say this to a bunch of you punk pastors and you punk apostles. That's right, I said it. You punk religious idiots. I want to talk to you through the camera tonight, because I know a lot of you speak evil and you tell your people against this ministry and against these visitations from Jesus. But I'm going to say this, and I know Christ is backing me. That's why I called you a punk to the devil. That's what you are. He's going to judge you for turning people away from his face. He's going to judge you for speaking evil of this divine ministry. That's right, I said it. I know it's true. Because, see, the point is he's already appeared to me and told me what he's going to do to you. That's why I'm talking to you boldly. If you do not repent, and I'm talking to every pastor out there, and if you're a traitor against me or whatever, make sure you forward this to them. Or if you're a friend, do it both. But I want you to send it to every pastor. I want to say this to every pastor. If you turn away people from seeing Jesus face to face by speaking evil of me or making it like that, trying to make it look like it's about me, because you know it's really not about me. I never made my ministry about me. It's never about me. It's about Jesus.
Something tells me that's not true. Something tells me that the entirety of your ministry is about you. Something tells me that it is definitely not about Jesus at all. Let's back up a little bit, okay, mister? You, just like another individual, Mr. Jennings, both say that you have encountered Jesus in person. In person. I'm pretty sure that alone is contradictory to what you say you read. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure. In fact, I would say I'm probably 100% sure that what you're saying is not possible. I'm pretty sure he said that once he's gone, he won't see him again until that day. Now, and I'm pretty sure that you haven't seen God either, because no one has. You're an interesting guy, though. Maybe you'll end up making more sense later.
They're coming for Jesus and not for you, idiot. And when you do foolishness like that, God is going to get your butt. You're going to get gotten. You got me? No, I'm not a regular pastor, so don't even try to judge me. Well, look at the way he's talking. He's not even talking right. Screw you. There it goes right there again. See that? Ask me, do I care? In front of millions of people, I'll say it again. You see, I'm tired of this political correct foolishness. One of the reasons why Christ backed me is because I don't play games. And I will not play games with this religious church and with these religious leaders. A bunch of you are liars, and you know you're liars. And I invite you. Which one of you are warriors enough to take me down? None of you. I invoke you. I invoke your challenge. I want to prove to you who God is with, because he sure ain't with you. He with me. I'm talking about in the matter between you and me. If there's a contest between you and me and what I'm doing and what you're doing for God, God will never back you against me. He will always back me against you.
Sounds an awful lot like you're about you. I look, I don't know. It sounds like you talk a lot about yourself. Now, it's so funny that he talks about money and people going after money and money and money. He was later called to testify and about his events with his money. He might be a Levert. I don't know. That could possibly be true. He does kind of look like a Levert. He's not as dark, though. He's not as dark as a Levert. And he was called to give an account of all the monies that he has been using. This goes down as one of the most hilarious depositions I have ever seen. When I tell you, I was literally rolling when I watched this. I was dying. But wait, hear it out. Just hear it out. Wait till you hear his answer for the house that he supposedly has for the ministry. Okay. Just listen.
All right. So what is this residential center?
What is it?
Oh, this is a place that the ministry owns. Well, not own. We're in the process of buying that.
Oh,
yeah. We don't
so are
own
you
it yet.
renting to buy, or
yeah, we're leasing to buy.
Oh, ministry center.
You have that as an asset of $2,844,500. So do you own it?
I just answered that, didn't I? I said we didn't own it.
Okay, but where does the? I'm sorry.
We're leasing to buy it. Did you? I thought we just said that.
All right, but you have listed it as an asset worth $2,844,000.
Oh, that should be more of a liability.
All right, so where does the number $2,844,000 come from on your asset and liability?
That's, I guess, the appraisal value of the home or the residential center. Yeah.
Is it a home?
No, it's a residential center. We use it.
All right, so you're saying it's not something you own, but you have it listed as an asset of $2.8 million.
That's probably a mistake. Like I said, it probably should be a liability.
Okay, and what goes on at the residential center?
It is really it's a gathering place for our ministry where I bring in different leaders and also the staff that we have as a place of, maybe resort and teaching and training.
Resort?
Yeah, teaching. A resort where we teach and train.
On November 29th, 2013, JMMI paid over $6,000 to Louis Vuitton.
Yes.
Yeah.
What would that be for?
Well,
that's for my clothes.
This is for clothes concerning my TV ministry as well.
Oh, you have to wear Louis Vuitton?
Oh, it don't matter what name it is. The point is clothing are allocated to us for ministry purposes as well.
What do you mean they're allocated to you?
In a media ministry.
In a what?
Media ministry.
Yeah.
Okay, or on the road when I'm always traveling and using my clothes, I'm sweating through them. So I'm needing new clothes also for television ministry through the years. So
it's so
this dude say he said he needs Louis Vuitton because he sweats through his clothes. I could sweat through Goodwill clothes too. Heck, I could sweat through Temu and Wish. Walmart got clothes you could sweat through. Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. $6,000? $6,000 in clothes. Now I know people that don't even own a car worth $6,000. You got clothes that you sweat through worth $6,000. That's impressive, buddy.
you use ministry money to buy your wardrobe
outfit. It's allocated more towards ministry apparel.
Does that go into what your income is?
I'm sorry.
Do you show that in your income that you got Louis Vuitton clothing?
No, that's not. That
doesn't show
because it don't go there.
It don't go there.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
I like how she's talking. I don't know if she's trolling. I don't know if she's trolling, but she's doing a good job of making him look even more stupid. Like, it don't go there. Yeah, okay, it don't go there. This guy, bro. This guy.
That means
It don't belong there. That's out of place.
what's out of place?
You don't get taxed on things like that. That's for ministry business purpose. So it's not
Louis Vuitton.
Well, you can call whatever you want.
It's loophole. This is part of that 501c3 loophole. This is how they get pastors to agree to preach certain things. This is how they do it. We will give you a loophole for you to use, and you can make all the money as long as you push a certain narrative. There are two different narratives they can push: the social narrative or the anti-God narrative. Either the social or the anti-God. He's picked the anti-God. But that's where they're getting the 501c3 benefit from. Make money hand over fist. Avoid certain taxes if you file your things right. He just happened to not know what the heck he's doing.
So June 2014, you spent $3,500 by JMMI to Versace in the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
I'm sure that's right. If it shows there.
And that was for closing for you?
Yes, probably. Yes, most likely.
So you don't see that there's any problem when you're ministering to the poor, the sick, the needy, to be appearing in Louis Vuitton and Versace?
Well, that ain't something I purchase all the time.
Well, it looks like you did several times. And
I mean, I'm a very frugal person when it comes to this. I go to the right places to get a lot of suits, and if I get some from those places, you don't see that.
I don't see Macy's.
No, you don't see that. Because Macy's don't have the kind of suits that I wear. But what I'm saying is, this Louis Vuitton things, you don't see that in our charges all the time.
2013 and 14, JMMI spent over $30,000 in your clothes. Does that sound about right?
What year was that?
13 and 14.
Oh God, yes, because I was traveling so much and sweating through all my clothes. Exactly.
I'm glad someone caught that the frugal statement. $30,000 on clothes is not frugal. There are some people who feel like they've become rich when they put $30,000 down as a down payment on a home. There are some people who feel completely crippled when they have $30,000 in debt. You dropping $30K on clothes, bro. That's not frugal. That is not frugal. That ain't frugal. That's what you call lavish. Lavish. 30K? Bro, hold on. 30K? $30K. Look. I'm not a smart man, but I do know what frugal is, and that ain't frugal, like at all. $30K. I'm just floored right now. Tell us what else you spent.
It probably wasn't enough because
it wasn't enough.
But they have to be top of the line, expensive ones.
No, they're not top of the line clothes.
Louis Vuitton's not top of the line?
Those not where I get my suits from.
Well, you got something from them for spent thousands and thousands.
Well, the belts are more lasting, so that's good.
Come on, you're buying belts for $5,000?
No, I mean, I have multiple belts. Not
August 2014, you went to the Gucci store in Troy and purchased something?
Yeah. Like I say, it probably was a belt or maybe shoes. I don't know. But I don't usually buy my suits from these very expensive places. I just get the things that I invest in will last longer, like such as belts.
So you got to go to Gucci or places like that.
Well, no, I buy those things from there because they have a better TV appearance for the belt.
For asking for money from the poor?
No,
you paid $1,000 to Monsieur Clothing in New York, and then another $715. Whose clothing was that for?
Where's that now? I don't understand.
August 1st, October 28th. Total of over $1,700 to Monsieur Clothing in New York.
I don't know that.
There's that
You testified at your last deposition that JMMI owns 3 vehicles, a BMW, a Mercedes, and a Bentley.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Have you driven those cars?
No.
Yes.
Is Michelle?
No. We usually have a driver.
The 3 cars that we've talked about, in whose name are the titles?
Then the ministry name.
They're all in JMMI.
I think everything except the Bentley.
Whose name is the Bentley in?
It's in DeWin McDeal.
I have a question, just from a, you minister the poor and the sick and all that. Isn't it a little offensive to be driving around in a Bentley and a Mercedes to people that really, are impoverished and sick and ill and AIDS and drug rehab? Isn't it a little offensive to sort of being show placing what you have?
Well, dear one, I don't show place to people, and I'm not in
Bentley.
that car. You don't see me driving around in that car every day. I don't do that.
But it's in the ministry. Everybody in the ministry sees you. You said you drive it.
I haven't before. You just asked me have I drove it, but it ain't something I drive every day or even every year. I don't do that. I have drivers who pick up my guests, my high profile guests.
But do you see my point that people that are suffering and giving you whatever their last dime is and in donations and drug habits, to have them see you drive around your high profile guests in a Bentley or Mercedes might be offensive and hurtful even?
It could be offensive if they didn't know my life, but they know my life. It would be offensive to someone like you who's trying to make it bad,
Trying to make it bad? Trying to make it... Look, I understand fully that when you have something that you want to keep, you're going to make excuses to keep it. I get it. 100% I get it. But you don't think that what you're doing is bad? You got 3 top-tier cars. You got a wardrobe that's worth $30,000. You live in a house that's $2.8 million. You say you were visited and anointed by Jesus himself and were taken to heaven on multiple occasions and told that you are the top prophet in all of the land. That's incredible. You have quite the story. You are definitely the chosen. You're the chosen one. That with those credentials, man.
But
so it's important you have a Bentley.
It ain't really important. That don't make me.
Then you also have a Land Rover that you leased?
Range Rover.
Range Rover.
Oh,
Yes.
make sure you get it right. Make sure you get it right. It's a Range Rover, not a Land Rover. Get that right.
It's not a Land Rover. It's a Range Rover.
Which is the better one? I don't even know.
I don't know. They're just cars. So.
All right. Then there's a series of documents that total almost $50,000 to limo land in 2013 and 14. You have to answer yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What was that for?
That
Listen.
was to cut the Mercedes into a limo.
It was to cut the Mercedes
into a limo.
It's just a car. It's just a car. But you spend $50K to convert the Mercedes into a limousine. Y'all want to know why people can't take God seriously? And I mean on the onset of finding him. This is why they cannot take God seriously. People like him are the reason why they run. I shouldn't say God. They don't take the church seriously. This is why they don't take the church seriously, because of clowns like this. These get the media time. They get the screen time. They get to be seen and heard. This is why people won't trust coming to church. This is crazy to me. And every time they bring something to him that's an absolute affront, he has an answer for it.
And who needs that?
No, that's for guests.
That's for guests.
It's for guests. And for you?
It's mostly
when
for
you're entertaining guests?
Yes.
When you're entertaining.
Well, I'm not. When we have guests come in, high profile people, we
have to have a limo
that way. Don't have to have a limo, but
in a Mercedes limo.
We treat them.
You treat them?
I said that we have hospitality. Maybe that's a better word.
A better word. Well, okay. I don't care what the better word is. You entertain people. You got it right the first time. It's not hospitality. Now, remember, in the first clip we watched, what did he say? Every time he has to ask somebody to come to preach, they want money. That's what he said, right? $5,000. Meanwhile, you're spending $50K for a limo to pick up guests from the airport and to entertain them. So you have no problem when it's you offering the gifts because you want them to see how rich you are. But you're trying to convince me that you don't pay them either? They're high profile guests. They're not just going to show up because you say so. They're high profile, so they'll show up if they're paid, which more than likely means you paid them more than $3,000 to $5,000, probably $10,000, $30,000. I hope people recognize the numbers that are floating around here, okay? 2014 and 15, 13, 14, 15. You remember what you could do with $10,000? Do you remember what the housing market was like? Do you realize how many people could and could not pay rent? And he has a ministry that's bringing in millions of dollars a year. And you have not given any to widows, to orphans. None of that happened.
Okay, then.
And this is not the first one the ministry has had. We had
not the
another
first.
Mercedes limousine. Yes, right.
So they have 2 limos.
So you paid limo land almost $50,000 total,
Almost 50,000
and that was
To cut
for what? To make a limo.
to cut the Mercedes into a limo.
And
And
you
it
think that
became-
was a good use of the money that people donated to you in JMMI?
Well, I mean, the banks certainly have looked at that on our books as good because it has an appraisal value of almost 200K, a little over 150,000.
So, but you got this from donations, and you decided to use it to make a limo.
We really invested really good. The banks.
No, I'm
really
just
think
asking
that.
if that's
You
what you did.
invested really good. I wouldn't be surprised if he brings out the talents as a parable to try and bring up in this thing. To me, this is insane. This is literally insane to me. I'm here listening, I'm laughing, but at the same time, I'm realizing there are people out there that are duped by this guy. Why? How do people get duped by him? It's really easy. People are looking for an answer. But here's the thing about people. People will pick the easy route before they pick the difficult route. They will pick the route that has the most kickbacks rather than the ones where they have to give up a lot. And so if you can start something that can give them more than they have to give up, they'll follow you. But the instant you ask them to give up something, especially something near and dear, even to the point where they think it's part of who they are, they're not going to listen. So he knows how to grift it because people want to know that you can talk to Jesus in person. He says he did. You want to know that there is a person who can be can prove out their blessings. He can in money. You want somebody who will speak to you as though you're going to be getting something of the same kind. He can do that too. You want somebody who can probably intercede for you that you can tangibly, and he says he can do that. So a lot of his conversation to people is going to drag people who are lost completely in, but they'll stay lost, but they believe that they're found. That's what he does. And he's really good at it. He is exponentially good at it. He is really good at it. I'm trying to find one of the videos where he said something so ridiculous that if I can find this one, it'll be the it'll be the craziest thing on earth, because he at one point said that he was going to be he is the only prophet. He said so. His own mouth. His own mouth. But I'll let him continue for now.
Yeah.
No, not the way you're saying it. It's you're fortifying, forging.
I'm forging?
With your mouth.
Okay,
Yeah.
Just the question is,
Okay.
Did you use the money for the purpose?
No.
The answer is yes.
So
In June of 2013, there's over $6,000 worth of charges for the Disney Resort Hotel in Anaheim, California. Do you remember that?
yes.
And did you go?
Yes, I was there.
Does JMMI pay any of your auto expenses?
Yes.
And how much?
Auto expenses. I wouldn't know exactly how much.
You don't know how much you get?
No.
Who
The
would
board
know?
takes care of that.
Who's the board?
You can ask Michelle. She's another person referred to.
What about your housing? Does JMMI pay any of that?
Yes.
You get a housing allowance?
Yes.
And how much is that?
I'm not sure.
And do you report these allowances as compensation on your tax return?
Honestly, I don't know how all that work. I have other people who do that, so you can refer to Michelle on that.
Michelle does your taxes?
No, I have other people do it, but she's over a lot of that, the financial aspect.
When you say it's up to the board, now the board includes Michelle,
Yes.
you,
Yes.
and who else?
I'm not sure. You can ask Michelle.
You don't know who's on the board?
Totally. I would rather you get the accurate information because I don't want to be accused of answering falsely like I have been other times when I've tried to guess. So I just rather you, I'm telling you, I don't know. Just ask her.
How many people are on the board?
Don't know. Just
you don't know?
No.
Don't you have to have board meetings?
Yes, we do have board meetings.
So can you count around the table how many people there are?
Well, our board also grows at the same time. So I just rather you just get that information somewhere.
The last time you had a board meeting was when?
So on the phone, I think it's been the beginning of the year in January. Can't exactly tell the date, but
it was on the phone.
Yeah, I've never been to court for no criminal charges.
Did you ever hire pardon me?
Go on.
Did you ever hire an attorney to represent you in any criminal defense manner?
Yes, I have. And that was the only thing I could think of in 13 is me, when I disciplined my child, and that was the only thing. So I don't know anything other than that.
Tell me about that one. Was that in St. Louis?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And which child was that?
That was last year, I think, or the year before last, if I'm not 13.
Which child?
Destiny.
Your 18-year-old daughter?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And was this done through Children's Protective Services?
I think so, yeah.
And what were the allegations?
Well, that I had disciplined her because she skipped class 20 times. And they felt my discipline measure of using a belt was abusive.
All right, so you used a belt in disciplining Destiny?
I don't know if I can speak on that. Can I speak on this? Because my lawyers told me all the time.
Then, not knowing the status of those proceedings.
Is it resolved? Is it all done?
I'm going to object.
Well, let me just ask if it's what the status is.
I don't know.
All right, I'm not asking you to say what you did. I'm just asking if the allegations were that you disciplined your daughter with a belt and caused just allegations.
You may ask, but I'm opposed to constitutional protection.
What's the constitutional? I'm not asking him to say what he did or didn't do.
Anything that might lead to or otherwise might consider to be incriminating. I think he's got a right to serve.
Incriminating? If you say the case is over, how can it be incriminating? If you say it's done, how can it be incriminating? Pick one. Pick one. Pick one. I found it. I found it. Here we go.
Now, I rule the kingdom. You submit and serve me. You don't see me out trying to have big miracle crusades. I'm working with God. I'm cooperating with what he's doing upon the earth. Now, I know you may not like and approve of the way I'm talking. I don't give a freak about that. You know that? You have never seen me flinch in the eye of the enemy. Never seen me flinch in the eye of persecution. I never will. And they can call me whatever because they'll take clips like when I'm on here and they'll show the part when I'm being boisterous or whatever. But you know what? Screw that. That's right. I said it. Screw that. Screw you. Screw all that junk. You see, you got to be bold like that. You got to get to a point where you're bam, you just don't care. I'm going to say what needs to be said for a generation to be saved. I'm in the face of God. You think I care about man like that? Nobody gets in my way. Not my mom, not my father, not my culture, nobody. I'm in love with him alone. I'm not in love with ministry, my name, no reputation like you are. I made up my mind. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to scream to the top of my voice, my freaking voice, to get your freaking attention. Because America is in trouble. Darn idiots. John 19. That ain't the right kind of pastor calling people idiots. You shut up, idiot. If you deny this, you are an idiot. You are a big idiot. That's why I'm talking to you boldly. If you do not repent, and I'm talking to every pastor out there, and if you're a traitor against me or whatever, make sure you forward this to them. Or if you're a friend, do it both. But I want you to send it to every pastor. I want to say this to every pastor. If you turn away people from seeing Jesus face to face by speaking evil of me or making it like that, trying to make it look like it's about me, because you know it's really not about me. I never made my ministry about me. It's never about me. It's about Jesus. You're going to give an account for turning people away for the very reason why they come to your church. They're coming for Jesus and not for you, idiot. And when you do foolishness like that, God is going to get your butt. You're going to get gotten. You got me? No, I'm not a regular pastor, so don't even try to judge me. Well, look at the way he's talking. He's not even talking right. Screw you. I am very serious about souls, and I don't give a freak what any pastor say. Oh, look at how mad he is. You know what? Forget you. You want to see more? That's what's wrong with your sorry tale. That's why you can't win the world, because you ain't passionate enough. I will turn over tables, and I will get upset when the Father's business is not handled. You evil because you are not that way. I'm not evil because I'm this way. You are evil because you are not this way. You are not passionate. You have no conviction. No, this is not based on somebody else's writing, young lady. This is based on the Bible and the kingdom. Now get your butt off my line if you don't want to listen to the words of the Lord Jesus through the Bible. Don't come on my page with no foolishness. And I want my staff, you delete them now. Of course, I don't believe in cursing. I know a lot of leaders, they curse and stuff too. I don't believe in having a filthy mouth, but I'm very bold. And I will not play their religious games. And this is why God is backing me up all over the world in over 200 countries.
Now, mind you, I have no problem with the man's delivery. Y'all might find that weird. I got no problem with people being fiery and passionate. I'm fiery and passionate. But here's the problem, David. You on one hand say it's not about you while making it all about you. That's the problem. All the money is going to you, the clothes are going to you, the praise is going to you, the accolades go to you. You want all the reverence to go to you because you say you are branded by God. All I hear when I hear you is this. Skrank be unto you, man. Nothing but strength. You got a lot of strength. But all your strength is misplaced, man. Your strength is misplaced. But these are the men that will run into the church. Now, he only has that kind of fire for one reason. Not because he has the truth, but because he believes that he is among the elite of heaven. His passion and his rage and his anger is not justified through the word. It's justified through himself in what he believes he's bringing to the table. Therein lies the big difference between someone like him and believers. Men like him are the reason that the church will dwindle. But whoever has ears to hear will hear. while I can dog him all the time for his leading of people astray, people have to follow. And people, unfortunately, follow him. They follow him. On one hand, it's sad. But on the other hand, it's revealing. Hey, look, if you can find strength, I know Samson had a lot of strength. Samson had a ton of strength. Samson was the strongest person in the Bible, man. He was so strong. All kinds of muscle in his strength. Y'all are wrong, man. Y'all are wrong. In any case, I'm really disappointed that Gabe didn't show up because his story is not written yet. It's not done. I can give you a little synopsis. He told me just a little bit of it, and it sounds a whole lot like he sounds a whole lot like me. And hopefully we can catch up again and hopefully do it, but we'll see. I'll find out what happened. He goes in these waves of being around and then not being around because of where he is at. And that's why I wanted him to come on, because I think him talking about it will help a lot. So we'll see if I can get him on. I'll convince him eventually. Anyway, y'all have a strong weekend. Y'all have a strong weekend. Today, we are going to tackle white saviors on Savage Patriots. We are too strong. Too strong. I like that. I like that too strong one. We will be on the Savage Patriots. Sorry that we didn't go live this week on Too Strong. There were multiple issues that we were not able to resolve. And we're hoping that we can be back on today. Hoping. Okay. So with that being said, we'll see you guys at 6:30 Eastern. Let me see here. Scrolling at the bottom. I do have a request that I'll make on Monday of you guys. I'll explain it more on Monday, but I do have a request of you. So just know that something of my actual asking is coming on Monday. But scrolling at the bottom, you know what to do. Otherwise, we'll catch you guys on Savage Patriots later today, 6:30 Eastern. Bring a friend. It'll be hilarious. Wisdom calls to you from the streets. So please, please, please find wisdom. Peace.
Dreams, for if dreams die, rely on yourself.